Alrighty, hello. Hey guys, Sparky here. Let me switch my camera. Hello. So I am just finishing up downloading the images of the old designs. So if you couldn't tell by the title, this is a stream where I am going to be redesigning some of the old artificial magical designs. And if you don't know, artificial magicals are from my first, well, not first series. I think it was more of my second, technically third series I've done on my channel, but it's the sort of series that boosted my channel, gave me a bunch of subs and stuff. But uh, I'm gonna be redesigning some of the monsters because I think they could have been done a little better, or rather, I think I can do them a little bit better now. So I am going to switch over to the screen where I am sharing my drawing app or my iPad screen. Let me switch over to that. There we go. You can see the drawing app. Uh, Probably should have gotten the images out first because there's gonna be some spoilery stuff here. I Alright, so there's gonna be 4 monsters I'm gonna be redesigning, and the first of which is Stridle. So when it comes to sound, I absolutely love Stridle. They are my favorite Bright Island monster when it comes to sound. But the design's a little So they're meant to be based on a water strider. Um, and so that's kind of it, honestly. Also, you may notice that I had my intro in this stream, which is something I'm going to be doing from, like, when I'm recording, which means there are certain streams that won't have it that are going to come after this in the stream day. But, like, when it comes to recording, or time of recording, I'm going to start having my intro and outro. If you didn't see there, the monsters I'm going to be redesigning are Vidable, Reeve, Potato, and Stridle. Um, I always completely disliked Vidable and Reeve's designs, and Potato and Stridle were suggested. So that's that's who we're doing. Uh, Let me pull up the streaming schedule so I can tell you what streams are coming when. Okay, so this will be the second to last stream, and this should be at 9 p.m. Or at this point, a couple minutes after 9 p.m. But and this is redesigning artificial magical monsters, like I said, which means there's only one stream left, and that is at midnight Eastern Standard Time, is what we're referring to. And that will be drawing myself in different art styles. So when it comes to recording, I sort of was like, oh, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done, because I was thinking this is coming out a week earlier than it is, but I was thinking of Mongrove sounds that I had to get done. But those have been done for a while, so I really don't know what that was about. Maybe I was thinking of my dad's birthday, because that was last Friday, when this comes out. Um, I don't know what I was thinking there, but I have a bit more time than I was expecting to do the Quilted Island entries, which you would have seen before this, I'd imagine. If you didn't, then something went horribly, horribly wrong. Oh dear. Alrighty, so I'm going to look up some reference images of water striders, because those are, in fact, like I said, what they are based on here. Let me adjust this screen so you can see just a teeny bit better. A little bit better. Nope, not quite. A little bit more. A little bit more. We'll just go all the way. There we go. Okay, so now I can move this over. Oop, nope. Is that about the middle? That's about there. Probably slightly off center, so sorry. And there's gonna be black lines on the edge, but Not much I can do. Wait, let's take off the browser at the top there. There we go. There we go. Cool, cool. That wasn't something I could really. Well, no, I guess I could do that before the stream. Why am I opening that? I want to look up water striders. Water strider. I just whacked the wall with my pencil. Deary me. I really hope my pencil is charged for this. Okay. So they have joints that bend backwards, by the looks of it, and they have two antenna things which also are very buoyant. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I like that I had it in different sections, which would indicate different notes if it were animated. Like different sections would glow. Like for example, it would. Oh wait, I still have the pixel pen. I was just fixing my Minecraft skin, so that's what that's about. 1 second, let me just make sure this is the. Oh, that's low opacity. So much stuff is going wrong. That does not seem like the right eraser. Neither does that. What is the correct eraser? Um, that one seems right. I think. Oh, that's the one I had, so I'll just add that there just because that's the correct one. Anyway, so onto the drawing part. So something that you do have to keep in mind is the angle of the island, which is about like that. Um, and at the same time, I would like this to be in a body of water. I do have to. Oh wait, the surface of Bright Island is just glowing essentially. So there's not much I can really do to indicate. Maybe I could do some perspective things right here, like implies the water is wavy. I want the water to be very smooth, very level. This is just a concept, so it's not like I need to be perfect with this or anything. Um, I don't like that I did little stick legs. That's not my singing monsters like at all. And I need to make sure I do that when I have some monsters that have very thin legs, very similar to Stridle. So I have to make sure that I don't do a similar thing with them. Okay, so this was like that, and that was like that, essentially, when it comes to legs. So I'd like this part to be a little thicker. Get bigger there, and then bigger in, and do that kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna struggle to duplicate that, so, or replicate that rather. Um, so it gets bigger, and then bigger, and then smaller. So that's quite a bit smaller on that one. There we go. I do enjoy this head shape that I did here. I do think that's pretty cool. I like the fly-like eyes that I gave it. Should have done this on a different layer. Is there anything special I did for the end piece? No, I just kind of had it like a light bulb kind of shape. Is it really a light bulb kind of shape? Not really, but we go. Streams are a lot more lively when I have a live chat. So I must say that I do prefer having actual streams rather than pre-recorded streams like this. Because then I can actually interact with people, and that was what I liked so much about premieres. But like I said, a lot of people didn't like the premieres, so I only am doing important stuff. Like in case you didn't know at this point, I'm doing the important videos with um premieres, and then like sounds videos and smaller kinds of videos, meme videos, that sort of stuff. And by meme videos, I mean there's like two. One already came out, and then I have another one planned. Um, the one that came out. Well, I guess I also have. Oh wait, that was not the line I wanted to read. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. There's the I guess the I don't want a lot for Christmas one. Forgot about that one. And then there's the other one. What else was there? There was yeah, I don't want a lot for Christmas. And then there was with Mariah Carey and Billie Eilish. It's a joke video. Um, and then there was the what was it? I can't even remember. Um, what was the dragon's name? Uh, one second. I need to do some research onto my YouTube channel to figure out what this more of a jokey kind of video is called because I absolutely can't not remember. Um, Todd. Todd. That's what it was. Someone suggested Todd on Ethereal Island, so I put Todd the Ender Dragon on Ethereal Island, and I think she enjoyed it. She's very loud, but I hope she enjoyed her time there. I hope she enjoyed her vacation. It was one specific stream that you would have had to been there for to understand the context. But it was something. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to see the legs. Although, yeah, you just wouldn't be able to see the other two legs. I need to look at the antenna things. It's not really antenna, it's more pincers. Okay. So you go straight forward, then out, then slightly diagonally forward. Okay. Straight forward, out, out, and there we go. That's essentially it. What's this line? Alright, so that's the new design for Stridle, I think. Um, but something Water Striders did have that I saw that I thought was pretty cool was like some white stripes. I just thought they were pretty cool. Maybe that can be white and glowing. Maybe these could actually be even glowing. I think that would work well with the bright element, because it's essentially the light element before the light element came to be. But then I sort of had to adjust how that works, because in the canon of this, the magicals sort of created the artificial magicals. Although I think Stridle and a few other monsters are a rare case where they actually just climbed on top the island and like just visited and decided, you know what? No, I'm gonna stay here. Um, like I think there was another one. I think it was with Tech Island, maybe. That was just a natural resident of the was it the Living Ocean? Is it? I don't quite remember. It's something like that. It's been a long time since I've heard the term. So, um, but yeah, the this monster might be one of the ones that were actually here before the artificial magicals were made, and it sort of adapted to the place. Um, but I just feel like Flores had a big part in creating Bright Island. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, here is our first redesign when it comes to line art. And I'm gonna keep those right next to each other. I'm going to make this smaller just since there's not a lot of space used. Um, right, so I'm gonna put this as sort of a gray, specifically because the island is a glowing white color. That is cyan, because watercolor, the color of water rather than watercolor as in like the type of paint or something. um, how would I indicate the reflectiveness of the island? Maybe I could just I think I'm going to indentation. Indentation, vent, vent, I thought you'd be able to see. Um, okay, maybe I can draw lighting. That's a bit hard to see, honestly. Let's go over that again. I'd like to give a thank you to MSM Chronicles and uh, Tumbles Rumble and Brad and all those people for being like super cool and like sticking with me and being friends. And yeah, and also making really cool stuff. Bev makes a lot of music. I don't know how much of it's actually public on his channel, but all the stuff he makes is really freaking cool. Alright, we're gonna take account of cyan being in the color palette through the water. We're gonna make them a dark orange. A very dark grayed orange. Oh, that is the special pen. Okay. Blended. Lovely. There we go. I know it's rather color, or yeah, rather color. It is very color. Thank you, Dustin. A rather boring color, but I think I'm gonna go with a. Let me see what's happening there. That's like a purpley color. Okay, so what if instead I do cyan for the eyes? There we go. I think that works a little better. A tiny bit brighter. Or heck, maybe even a tiny bit darker. There we go. And then I'm going to have slightly redder color. This is just making it a little darker. And right here can be the color of the limbs. And would these be considered limbs? I saw them more as the pinchy, but I don't think that's what they are. I think they're more just for balance. Because, you know what? I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder what they are. I don't know the anatomy of a strider, so that's fun. Um, let's make that a little lighter so you can only just barely tell that's cyan. And there we have it. There is the new stridal concept. And I honestly like this one a lot better. This looks a little janky, so I might want to like fix that a tiny bit if I were to ever use this. But yeah, there is the strider concept. Or stridal. I'll have to look at my friend sent me. But not right now, because stream. Alright, so next up is one of my least favorite monsters, Vidable. And once again, same thing with Stridal. I love the sound, but the design's a little eh. But this design's a little more eh than Stridal is, you know? um, alright. Um, I'm thinking something a lot more complicated with the design. So I like the leg idea. I like the idea of that leg. I like the idea of it having a little offset face. So maybe facing down, just for a bit more evil looking. Have that come out of it. This come back a bit more. And right here, I'd like there to be something popping out of the face a tiny bit. Oh wait, that just goes out. Up, up, out, up, go. That's gonna go back a little farther than everything else. Okay, so this will go that, back that way, back that way, back that way. Maybe there can be a little screen here, or maybe just maybe like a keypad kind of thing. I just want this to be a very complicated looking piece of machinery. Essentially, that's what I want this to be. Right now it's just looking like a glorified microwave. But that's for a sentence, isn't it? here can be an eye. The other eye. And I'd like to give it a mouth of some sort, but I don't know how I want to do that. I'm not sure what I'd put in this face, but I just put something. This could be sort of a little speaker. That's not what a speaker looks like. Dot, 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 dot. These aren't meant to be different sizes. That's the best I can do because it just wants to go different sizes, which is very rude. In the shape of a circle. You know what? Why don't I just do what I did with the original? Dot, 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 dot. I give it a jaw like that. And I'm not sure it could be inside, but that one doesn't match up with that. Okay, that has to go like that. I shouldn't go too deep. This should probably be angled up like the other one actually. Like that, like that. I'd like to draw the hinge one. There we go, just the extra little level of detail. Like to have sort of a ray gun kind of thing coming off of it over here. Okay, I'm gonna draw little ball joint things, just like before. It's kind of like ray gun's sort of that shape, right? Except it indents right here. I say it as if a ray gun has a certain defined, important, needed shape. I guess it does, though. You know what? It does. But I'm just gonna not care. I feel like there should be some, like, a little line broken right here. Nope, right there. There's two little tiny wires and like one big one in the middle there. Maybe that's how it makes it sound. This like sort of lows, and maybe it can also open its mouth at the same time, and maybe the keys also kind of light up. I don't know. That's just my idea of how it could work when it comes to sounds. Okay. And then I like the legs that I did for the other one, kinda. Except I want them to go out, out, up. ball joint, down. I'm gonna do a new layer here because this is kind of hard to find or figure out. Joint there, joint there, like right there. Okay, so I can erase that. I guess for consistency, it would probably have to be like right there, actually. And that goes up, or rather up, joint, well, joint probably be more here. Would go angled back. There. Unvibrated, so I'll have to. I'll look at my friends on me real quick. So I will. My friend sent me a wonderful meme. They made it themselves. Oh no, there's more. Okay, so I think this is my new design for Vidable, and I think it is a much, much better design. Okay, this leg could probably be shortened a bit at like this point. Um, oh, she a little curved here. Let's fix that. This should be like no, like that. That, that should be like that. There we go. Oh, I just feel like there should be some little detail here. Not a flower like that though. That looks like a flower. There we go. That little spike is good. I like that. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make that smaller. There we go. I do like the color that I used for this. Oh, it's green, really. Look, more of a cream color would work better. That's neutral enough to where I can have like any color scheme really, and it would work just fine. I want to have like different shades of this cream-like color. So like for that main part, I'm gonna have that sort of a color. A little darker for this one, a little more. In the final one, if I were to ever do a final version of this, I'd have the colors be a little different, but relatively similar. Alrighty. I'd like this to sort of be. I'd like the legs to have the same color as the head. This is an infinitely better design, in my opinion. It's much more interesting, honestly. Um, that's a little too yellow. There we go. This can sort of give the illusion of depth when it comes to color. You know what? Let's go a little bit darker. There we go. I feel like that's a little better. I think I'll do that with all the legs, actually. I was gonna have all the joints, or have the leg joints versus the ray gun joint thingy be different colors, but nah. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Alrighty, there's that. I'm gonna have these little fully folds be this color. Same thing for the little spiky spike. I'm really good at naming things if you can't tell. And I'm gonna also put this for the inside of the mouth, just because I'm not sure what else to do for that. It'll just be sort of darker, essentially, in the final one. The lines were so thick for Ritable, honestly. There's so many like smaller details like that, but I just don't really feel like it. I like the idea of the screens being this sort of green color. Too, I say faded, I guess. Okay, you know what? I think here, you know, yeah, I'll have these parts be that green color, and I'll have it be a little bit more glowy in the final. And then I'm going to touch the alpha lock here. Alright, this will have to be like I'm just gonna go straight up pure red. I don't do often, but I might have to. There we go. That works a little better actually. Like, what if we even get that there? There we go. I think that works relatively well. Maybe I could add like a few lines in there. Maybe not. Maybe on the edge there. Maybe this could even have like a red glow. I kind of like that. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. Alright, so let me just add line, 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 line. There we go. I think that is my redesign for Evitable. Um, My time limit for these are like 3 hours each. So the fact that I'm already halfway through and we're not even an hour in, I think we're gonna be fine. Alright, so next up is Reeve. They are the Tech Island Quad. I love the whole tech symbols on them, and I like the fact that I love the eye thing there. That works really well. Um, as an object or like a decoration, I feel like their design would work okay, but as a monster, a little less so. So I'm not entirely sure what I can do for this one. Um, Maybe I could even keep this as a head shape, and like in its center, um, have a camera, a screen with some. You know how Karen in SpongeBob has the lines on it for the audio? I think Reeve can be like that, and then uh, the audio lines would just go that direction. It would just be like flat line essentially, and then as it reverses, it slows down and then flips around that way. And they're all just going that way, and it sort of does that kind of a thing. Yeah, I think that's what I want. And I want there to be like a little rewinding icon. Because their whole thing is that they're in reverse. Which, honestly, I have two monsters like that now. Backward and Reeve. And they're both plays on the words backward and reverse. Which, interesting. Alright, so I like the whole thing on RGB here. Which, red, green, and blue are the colors that a lot of things use. Um, Printers, however, are a completely different system where it's like MCYK or something? I don't know. I know it's cyan, magenta, yellow, and then it ends with black, which is K. But I'm not sure about what order the previous three letters are on, or are in, rather. But I really like this sign, so I think I want to use it for the head. I want this one to be leaned over too. There, like that. Okay. So I want to draw in some of the more intricate details here. That, that. Struggling to draw this shape. It's a very specific shape, and I have to get the things in a very specific way. There we go. I can show it's more of a 3D kind of shape there. Um, like that. And I think I'm going to have that line not be there, actually. I'm going to have this come out on this side, because that's where I can show the detail better. There. And then we have this here and be a much bigger detail than initially. It can sort of be like an ear, I guess. Although it also kind of looks like an eye when I do that. We'll do... That does not match up with the angle at all. There we go. That kind of design right there. I like the idea of seeing part of a pattern going on the side here, not being able to see it completely. Or like that, that works. um, I want this to be at an angle, but not the exact same angle. I don't think I'm going to give them arms. I think I might give them like more of a snake-like thing with like cords at the bottom, which is honestly kind of playing off of the concept of, uh, first off, the concept that this was originally going to be a snake, as one of the options anyway, and the concept of Monster. It can be sort of like a big TV kind of thing. Right? So I'm going to have that sort of be the thing. Um, that should go up a bit, shouldn't it? There we go. Let's just... Oh wait, I was thinking about giving it light, but no. Wait a second. I just want wires. want this to be more of a tangled mess than it is currently. There you go, I kind of like that. Cool. I really like that concept art, actually. It looks like a final boss in a video game, honestly. Or even just, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. That's too small a detail for me. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I don't like that. What if this goes I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, because that's meant to be more like a TV, so it should be flat-sided. Now, if this were to here, I don't know how I feel about that one either. Nah, I'll just leave that as. Leave that as is. Like I said, I like the RGB colors. Green is sort of the color decider one, I think. So, I think here I made red look the darkest, so I'm just going to take the exact same colors and just right here, just bonk, cool, and take this blue color. Switch this to no, sorry, green is what needs to be here. That is purple. No, no, I'll just do green right here too. This should be. I'm gonna turn this to blue. There we go. And this green can sort of be continued down here through this line. There we go. I'm gonna use a very light version of the blue here. I'm going to go a layer down so I can just color scribble, essentially. I'm gonna say color over it, but I meant under it. So I just said color, and then I cut myself off and said scribble. This is just concept art. It doesn't need to be all neat and pretty like my Game Monsters concept art. If it's a concept for in the game, maybe, like or like a concept of how it would be implemented, then yeah, I guess I could see that. But we're not really working on a game or anything, so we're fine there. here can be the darker red. That's essentially an inverted version of Vidable right here. It's not like basically black, is it? It's basically black. Alright, so I think I'm going to do like a. What color's left? Oh, no, okay. I'm going to do a. I guess I'll use red. Okay. Color there. And then finally the wires, which will be a mix of all the colors. Color works. I really like the snake influence for this. This is pretty cool. Okay. Green. Maybe a bit lighter of a color. And red. Which I think I will make the darkest. I didn't realize I had that many. Alright, so I might make the wires a bit more visible and more wire-like in the final one. Like I'll draw like sort of big mass of them first, and then draw a smaller group of them, and a smaller group of them, and a smaller group of them until it looks like a bunch of individual wires. But as of now, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, we're an hour in exactly, and we have one left, so that's really not bad. Last one's a simple one, and I have two. I don't know how to focus them. The last one's a slide whistle monster, and it's a potato, and they are a monster that was thought of by my grandmother. She was like, "Hey, you should make a sleep potato monster." So I was like, "Okay," so I did on Sweet Island. Um, I really like this really cutesy design, so I wanted to sort of keep that. Um, I like this potatoy shape. Big ol' eyes are cute, so we're gonna do them big ol' eyes. um, Maybe instead I can give them like roots instead of legs. Wonderful. Simple enough. I'll give it sort of an ooey kind of mouth, you know? I want to give it a tiny little nose. Just sort of carved into it, maybe. Maybe just there. Um, to keep going with that kind of the vibe have going on right here. I'm thinking maybe like that. I don't know. I'm not sure really what I can do with a sweet potato monster, honestly. Um, kind of like that, but I don't know. Maybe that should be a little rounder. I'll just let that there, and in the final one, if I do a final one, it'll just be shaded, other than just a gray line. Okay, so that is like that. I decided to make it cat-like, because cats are cute. Give it a tail, but I don't know how to do that, so we're not gonna. Um, I want it to be very derpy looking. As if it was sort of just pulled out of the ground. Here, more down there. Have the face be all squished around. There we go. It's a weird lumpy potato friend. I like that. So no, it's not amazing. It works. Oh wait, that would be the roots. I think that'd be like a rare kind of orange. Or brown or whatever you want to call it, honestly. That's rude. I think I'm like practically done. Okay, normal potatoes would be more like a lighter yellow, but this is like a sweet potato. So I don't know how to do this without making it look like oversaturated. Maybe I can make this a bit grayer itself. There we go, because I think they look virtually the same from the outside, don't they? I don't know. There we go. Blended. I don't ever like to use actual black when it comes to shading or making things dark because then that just looks, I guess, dirty. Um, it just looks like there's a black smudge across the page essentially. So I recommend shading with like a color that's value is darker, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if how to explain it. Like blue is I didn't realize it until recently, but blue is darker than cyan, although you can't add white to blue to get cyan. But like if you put it in grayscale, um, this is darker than this. And purple and red are also pretty dark colors. Magenta's rather light. Um, Yellow through cyan are very light as well, especially yellow and cyan as well, honestly. Here it's less. It's still cute. It's just in a different way, I guess. You know, I need this. And the slide whistle will come out through its mouth when it comes to sound. And we need them real shiny eyes. Real reflective. There we go. I think that's good. I think a neat little detail would be to have the skin sort of the potato peeling off here. It's not going to work very well from the side here. There essentially is the skin peeling off. I think that's it. There's not a whole lot I can really do with this monster. I think I did what I could. It's better in my opinion. It's a lot more interesting of a design. It's like a cat's head essentially on two little legs, but I think it's better. Alright, to go over what we did today, there's the new stridle concept. You can see the old ones right next to the new ones. The new vidable concept. The new reeve concept. Something looks a little out of place, so I think I might add a bit more color in this middle section. And then have it sort of fade to grayscale rather than going from like very saturated to less saturated. So you know what? I think I'm gonna do that now real quick. I'll just finish showing off this. And then potato. Alright, so just want to here. This be a bit more colorful. I'm not gonna make it very pretty colors, but okay, a little darker. Red here. Switch this out to green. bit more blue, just the tiniest bit, and then switch this over to red. That way it's just the same color throughout the whole thing. Let's turn this one to green. There we go. So, some minor adjustments to Reeve, but I think it made quite a bit of difference. Rather than just going from instantly extremely saturated, I'm gonna 1 second. More changes. I want to desaturate some of the colors up here because it's a bit much. You know, it's like extremely vibrant. I like the vibrancy of the eye. The eye should stay extremely saturated. But everything else needs to not be because, it's just, like I said, a bit much. Um, hue, saturation, and lightness. Okay, so the hue needs to stay the same. I might change the contrast down a little bit. It's a lot less vibrant now, but I honestly feel like that works a little bit better for it. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna accept that as a alright redesign. That's a JPEG. I want a transparent PNG. Alright, so thank you so much for joining. Here, let me switch back. In case you didn't hear earlier, I'm going to be doing, what am I going to be doing? At midnight, 1 second. Um, anyway, alright, so later on I'm going to be drawing myself in 3 different art styles, and that will be at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Um, I really hope you enjoyed. Here, let me switch over to the outro. Um, and I hope to see you next time. Um, I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, goodbye. Have a lovely day or night, or whatever it is for you.